Hello everyone and welcome. I am Robin Armbrecht at Really Robin Stamps. Thank you so much for joining me today for Papercrafting Playdate. I like to go live on Fridays around 1 p.m. Central on my Facebook page, Really Robin Stamps. And then I post the video to YouTube. So whether you're watching this live or you're watching it on the replay later, I'm so glad that you are here today, and I've got a great project for you. So today is February 25th, 2022, and it's Friday. Happy Friday. This is episode number 50, and what I have planned for you today is kind of a stash busting card template that I think you'll really like. Fun, easy, quick, makes multiples, and then we're going to put together a card holder to give those cards as gifts as a possibility. So let's get started. I'm going to flip the camera around. Welcome, welcome. I can't believe this is episode 50. My goodness. That's a big deal for me. Thank you. Okay, so let me find us. Look, I ordered a pizza from Stampin' Up. We're going to have pizza with our Papercrafting Playdate today. Wouldn't that be fun? I'm just kidding. They don't sell pizza, but it looks like a pizza box, doesn't it? I can't wait to show you this. Let me find us. Maybe. All right, so I'm going to give you a peek at my pizza box. So this is a new kit. You may have seen it around if you watch other demonstrators. This is called Celebrate Today, and this is an all-inclusive kit that is brand new, and it's a little magnet board, so you can hang it up, and it comes with all these fun little pieces to create a little magnet board. I'll show you the back real quickly. So you can hang it up. It comes with two double-sided pieces of designer series paper, so you can kind of create your own little background. And then it comes with all these great 3x4 cards, these little pockets, and as you can see, I have just started to scratch the surface of putting it together. But as soon as I opened it, I went a little bit crazy because I was like, oh my goodness, this looks really fun. And I'm very excited to put this together. I have a plan. If you want to purchase this kit, I am going to curate some additional kits that will be available that we can kind of change this around seasonally throughout the next few months. So give that a little think about, and get on my newsletter so that you get all the information about upcoming classes and things like that. Okay, let's put my pizza away and let's dive into our project. I'm going to zoom in just a tad here, hopefully. Like that. We'll see how that looks. All right, so today is February 25th, and not only is it my husband's birthday, he turns 55 today, so I am trying to make that day special for him, and it is also the last 3 more days of celebration. So I just wanted to put my hostess code out there one last time. It's the last few days of my hostess code, and remind you, if you want to order and get some of the free items from Celebration, you need to jump on that and take advantage of that sale. So for a $50 order, you can pick any of these items for free. With a $100 order, you can get 2 of those $50 items, or you can get one of these little bit bigger bundles here that would give you something a little bit extra special. And one last time, I'm going to tell you about my fabulous February ordering incentive, using the hostess code. If you place a $50 order and you get that celebration set, you will get a blender brush and a blender pen from me. If you spend the $100, you will also get to pick between water painters and watercolor pencils. And yeah, if you're going to order over $150 though, don't use the hostess code because you'll be a hostess yourself, and I will just I will add these things onto your order anyway. All right, let's see who's joining us today. Hi Judy. Hi Andrea. Great to have you. Hi Carol. Hi Pat. Hi Sarah. Hi Sue. Hi Lisa. Oh my goodness. Hi Ann. Hi Wendy. Hi Lynn. All my friends are here. This is awesome. Okay, today I have a brand new card template for you. And I just want to review. So what I've been trying to do throughout the last year is to just kind of almost monthly kind of create and find and put together a template every month or so to help with card making. So these are generally kind of driven by pattern paper, but it's a great way to just like sit down, follow a pattern, cut things out, and then you don't have to do too much thinking. You can kind of just follow the recipe. So this was January's template. And so today I have a brand new template for you. And this one is perfect because it makes a ton of multiples. So we're going to start with a piece of 12 by 12 pattern paper. And I picked out this, my very favorite piece from the Daffodil Afternoon Celebration paper. If you don't have this, you're going to be sad. I had to stockpile a couple packs for myself because I don't want to not have that. It's so beautiful. So we're going to use this beautiful piece. And for this particular pattern, to do it very simply, like I'm going to show you, it's really nice if you have double-sided pattern paper where the sides coordinate. So you want the colors to kind of match and you want the patterns to be complementary. So this is a good example of one that will work very well. So we're going to use one piece of 12 by 12 and we're going to get 8 cards. So the first thing I'm going to do is orient myself to the pattern, and this pattern kind of has a little bit of a direction to it, so I'm going to cut off the bottom as I see the pattern going vertically. Okay, so I'm going to cut off 1 inch off of the bottom, and then we're going to save this because we're going to use that later. And now what we're going to do is cut this into 3-inch strips. And so with a piece of 12 by 12, you get 4 strips. All right, so these are all 3 inches. And now what I'm going to do is stack them together, and I'm going to cut them all at the same time. Now my paper cutter will cut this many at one time, but if your cutter doesn't do that, just cut them one at a time. And we're going to make 3 cuts. We're going to make 4 pieces. All right, so we're going to measure at 3.5. And then we're going to measure again at 3.5. And then we're going to measure at 2 inches because there's 4 inches left. So that's going to give us 2 piles of 2 inches. All right. You're going to love this template. So easy. Okay, so here's my piles like this. So essentially this is when these go together like this. This measures 5.5 inches because this is 3.5, this is 2. So this is going to go all the way from top to bottom or all the way across the card. So I have 8 card bases here, and I picked Pear Pizzazz to go with this beautiful paper. So let me just score these quickly. Hello, Jonna. Thanks for joining us. I'm going to take you all the way through this project step by step for multiple card making. So I hope that you are relaxing, you are sitting down. Pause the video if you're watching on the replay and go get yourself a little drink, put your feet up, and we're going to hopefully have fun doing this project. Okay. So I've got my card bases. I've got these pieces. The other thing that you need then is 8 neutral pieces that are 3/4 of an inch by 4 1/4. So let me just bring the template back in again. Folding towels, Carol. Well, I mean, that's, you know, if you got to do something like folding towels, you might as well be distracted, right? Pat's sitting outside last 2 days. Oh, please enjoy, please enjoy. And then you bring that sunshine back from Florida, Pat. So the template, so here are these pieces here. Here's the 3.5 inch piece. Here's the 2 inch piece. And then you're going to need a neutral like that on your card base. So that's how that goes together. Super simple. All right, so let's put these together. Carol has snow and ice. Oh no, we've got snow too. We've had so much snow this winter. So when you put this on your card front, you're going to bump it up against the top of the card and leave about 1/8 of an inch next to the fold. Like that. And then you're going to use the other side and you're going to put that down here. And then you line that up with the bottom. And they should just meet perfectly like that. How many days till spring? That's what I want to know. Would love to have that on the horizon. So one of the things we're going to do after we put these cards together is create a card holder that will hold the cards and be perfect for giving cards as a gift. I had a request from Janice, and she said, I'd really love to make a card holder that would hold 6 to 8 cards, I think she said, and would it be able to include like postage stamps? And I love to create card holders, and so I kind of came up with a very simple version, but I think you're really going to love it. So this little template here, this is great. You can cut all your pieces, and then you can sit and assemble them, watch a little TV. Okay. Now, of course, this template works great. If you don't want to make multiples, you can just use one 3-inch strip of pattern paper and just make 2 cards. But I really enjoy sitting down and making multiple cards. What do you guys like to do? Leave me a comment. Are you into the multiple cards at one time so you kind of get a stash built up, or do you make your cards one by one? Of course, you can switch these around. I'm doing these all the same, but you could definitely you could put the other pattern at the top and flip it around and do it that way. There are definitely ways to step up this template and make some variations, and I'm going to show you those in a little bit. Joan makes multiples, yes. Lisa. Yeah, Lisa likes to make for specific people, so usually one at a time. One by one, multiples. Yes, lots of multiples. Okay, so we've got that done. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put the greetings on. And so here's the strip. Now I used very vanilla here because the background of my designer series paper is very vanilla. And so we're going to stamp on that. And I just wanted to show you, this is one of the celebration stamps that's called Special Moments. It's one of the ones you can get for $100. And this is a great stamp set for this template because it has a lot of these long, skinny type greetings that will fit right onto the these strips very well. So I'm going to take the happy birthday and the black ink. And so what I'm going to do is just try to stamp my greeting so that it's going to be centered where this designer series paper is. So I'm just going to put it off to the left. Wendy always makes more than one. Yes. Okay. And then what you're going to do is just glue that down right across the whole, right over the seam where those meet from side to side. Very simple, right? Now what I love about this stamp set too is it has great inside sentiments as well as like outside of the card sentiments. So you can pair these together to create a lot of, you know, fun little messages. So I'm using the happy birthday, and so we'll find, let's see, let's do happy birthday for someone who is wonderful in each and every way. Now, I don't talk about this very often, if maybe I haven't ever talked about it, but one of the things that I like to do when I'm making cards is use copy paper for the inside. So I invest in, this just happens to be the one I have right now, so I get a really good quality of copy paper that's like, has a good weight to it and is nice and bright. And then I just keep this in my stamp room, and I just cut up at one time a whole bunch of pieces that are trimmed. So they're trimmed to 4 by 5 1/4, and I just keep them right by my envelopes so that I can very quickly just put these on the inside of my cards like this. Now you could use your basic white cardstock on the inside, and that is totally great to do that. I don't like to waste my, and it's not a waste, but it does make it a little bit heavier, right? So I tend to just use this copy paper. For some reason, it's one of those little phenomenons that happen. You know, I tend to stamp my inside greeting crooked all the time. I don't know why, because I get the front done and then I go to stamp the inside and it's crooked. So this is really easy. You can just, you know, tear this off It also is a way that, you know, depending on how you attach it, if the person who gets the card wants to reuse the card, they can take out this little piece of paper and they can, you know, recycle the card and use it again. So that's kind of handy too. So I've already stamped all these other greetings, and I only used the stamp set. So you're just going to see how these go together. So here's a sympathy card. Now remember, if these are for giving gifts, it's nice to have lots of different greetings. So we've got thinking of you inside of the sympathy card. And then we've got thinking of you on the outside. With I couldn't wait for a special occasion. I love that. Just 'cause. Here's a best wishes. So this is a nice, love that greeting, goes, you can use it for any occasion. I think you're wonderful. Thanks for brightening up my day. It's a nice way to say thank you. Congratulations. Isn't this awesome? All these greetings that come in here. And good luck for the inside. So even though I pre-stamped these just to kind of make things flow a little bit smoother for the video, I just really wanted you to see how you can pre-cut, pre-do these things and then sit and assemble when you have time to do it, and you can really kind of crank out a bunch of cards at one time very easily. Where would I be without a friend like you? Like, I need to send that to so many people. So many people. Just a card to say you're amazing. And then we've got our card number 8. Says hang in there. I don't think I've ever had that sentiment. I really like that. That's a good one. It's okay to feel the feels. That sounds like something my kids would say. Feel the feels. Okay. Pretty cool, right? So now we've got our 8 cards, and we're going to now make them pretty and just add some embellishments. So what I went, somebody, last time I used this paper, I'm trying to remember who it was. It's probably one of you watching right now, reminded me that these pierced bloom dies that have these beautiful flowers are a great option to use with this paper, because I don't have the daffodil set, and I've been using a lot of different punches which coordinate with this paper really well, but I thought it would be really cool to pull in those flowers. And so I already cut them out with the leaves so we can just assemble, and then we're going to add some of these genial gems. All right, you with me? So we're just going to plop these on. Now the place where the embellishment goes is wherever you want it. But a great place to put a little, you know, embellishment is right where the papers all meet. And so kind of right here is a great place to do that. So I cut out all these flowers with Daffodil Delight, Flirty Flamingo, and Pale Papaya, because those are the colors in this paper. Let's put it down here, actually. I'm trying to read the comments. Maybe I should put my glasses on. Oh, there we go. Finding, hold on. Hiding your good copy paper is like hiding, oh my goodness, Joan, you are not kidding. She said hiding your copy paper is like hiding your craft scissors, right? Like these good craft scissors, nobody else in the family gets to use them, right? They're too precious, so you got to keep them out of sight so nobody's like, Mom, where's your scissors? Same with that good copy paper. And it's tempting because, you know, copy paper is something, printer paper, you always seem to run out of at the most inconvenient times. Okay, this is really fun. All right, look at this. Okay, last one. I must have made an extra flower. Which one am I going to use? I like this cute little one here. Who wouldn't want to get a set of these cards as a gift, right? All right, so I'm using the Genial Gems. I'm going to use this Petal Pink side, but they really coordinate with so many colors. So I'm going to use the smaller ones, and I'm just going to put 2 over here like that, and I'm going to kind of put them right on the line where the pattern paper is, and it just kind of visually, you know, brings where this line of the pattern paper is underneath the greeting. It just kind of brings it up to your eyes, kind of helps reinforce that. Thank you everyone for joining me on this little project journey today. We're just going step by step. Yes, Wendy, you got to get this set of flowers out. The dies. You got to get them back out. Sarah, I like fun. Good. I'm glad these colors are brightening your day, Susan. They're brightening mine too. The sun came out today for the first time today in a long time, so that's nice. That is making my day a little bit better too. All right, boom, look at that. We have 8 cards done. And let's see, I know I did some prep work, but that only took a half an hour. That's not bad. So now what I wanted to show you is a great way that you can package these up and to give them as a gift, okay? So I have a template for you, and this will be on my blog this afternoon, so you can download the pattern. So let's put these to the side for a second. All right, so to make this card holder, you need 1 piece of 8.5 by 11. And I've got these little directions right here, or measurements. And then you need a piece of the same color that is 6 inches by 7 inches. And this is going to be the flap, and this is going to be the base for the card holder. So we're going to start with the card holder. But the first thing I'm going to do is just quickly stamp this. And so I brought out this kind of generic flower set called In Bloom. These were actually bundled together in last year's January to June mini catalog. You can still get them separately because it's their 2nd year of being available. So I just wanted to kind of use these kind of plain flowers to create just some stamping on my plain cardstock. And because I'm lazy and I want to do it, you know, efficiently with my time, I went ahead and put all the flowers on one block so that I can stamp it very quickly. So I'm going to use Pale Papaya ink on Pale Papaya cardstock and just make a simple background. Thank you, Sherry. She says, that's not lazy, that's genius. I don't know about genius, but it's definitely a way to get the job done. All right, so there's that one. And then this is going to be the flap. So we'll go ahead and do this one too. Whenever you're making a background, just make sure you go off the edge so it looks like a complete pattern. All right, that looks pretty good. All right, let's put that away. So here, this is so easy. All right, so this is the base, and here's how you score it. So you're going to do the same distance in this way and in this way. So we'll start with the scoring along the short edge, but going lengthwise. You're going to do 1 1/4 inches from each edge this way. And then you're going to do 4 7/8 this way. And I know I hate that. I hate 7/8, but you know, this is what works really perfectly for this. So what this does is it gives you this pattern here, and this means the edges of your box, the bottom and the edges of the card holder are all going to be the same width, and it's going to go together very easily. Let's go ahead and score this while I have the paper cutter here. So along the long 7-inch side, we're going to score at 1/2 inch. And this is going to create the little flap that we're going to attach to the card holder. And then we're going to go at 1 3/4 inches. Here's this direction right here. And then we're going to score at 5 1/4, like that. Okay, so with any kind of box or something 3D, you're going to want to make sure that you really fold those lines and crease them nice and flat so that you're going to get a nice edge and it'll help hold its shape better. So I'm just using the bone folder on that. Okay, so those are all creased, and then we'll do the same thing. If you notice, I just put these all going in the same direction. So they're all, since this is the outside, they're all going towards the inside of the holder. Same with this. This is going to be the outside. These are all going to fold in the same direction towards the inside of the cardstock. Okay, so that's our flap. Let's make the base first. So you're going to just take this little square right here and remove it. Just take it right out like that. And then these are going to fold up and just adhere over one another. So I recommend using a really strong adhesive, and you've got really 3 choices from Stampin' Up. You've got the tear tape, which is very easy to use. Let's just do one of them with tear tape. And then, of course, I love the liquid glue because it's just really fast and easy. You can use the liquid glue. And then you have the Seal Plus adhesive, which is very strong as well. So those are the 3 best options whenever you're doing something 3D and you really want it to hold very solidly together. All right, so there's my tear tape. I'm just gonna fold this one and layer it right on top. And that's gonna create the side. And then this one, I'll just use the liquid glue. I think you're going to think of some paper you have that maybe you want to make disappear from your craft room so you can get some new paper, and this would be a great way to make up little gifts for people for any occasion really. But whenever I think about gifting cards like this set here with the all occasion cards, and this is really nice to give somebody as like a birthday gift or you know, a friend gift or a teacher gift. But sometimes I think there's certain occasions like a death in the family or a baby being born or somebody in the hospital or some occasion where the person would have a reason that they would need to maybe send thank you notes for being, you know, for acts of kindness that they're given. And so this would be a great project to give to someone in that situation. You could make them all thank you cards. And that way they've just got an easy way that they can, you know, send thank you cards without, you know, being stressed about it. All right, so here's how this goes together. This is where the adhesive goes, and you're just gonna tuck that inside the back flap or the back of the card holder. And it doesn't really matter, either side can be the back. So I'm gonna use liquid glue, but again, tear tape is a great choice as well. And I'll just stick that in there and hold it for a second. So this little card holder doesn't have to have a flap on it. You can actually just make it like a little open box if you don't want to mess with this flap step. That works very well too. So here, that score line covers the top. And then we've got this score line here. So one of the things that I thought would be really cool to include in this gift is the postage stamps, as my friend Janice suggested. So I thought inside this little flap would be a great place to tuck the postage. So we're going to make this into a pocket, and that means we're just going to seal these ends here so that this is like a little tiny pocket. But I'm going to make a little finger pull, and I'm going to use this tailored tag punch, and I'm just going to use half of it just to make a little divot in there, and then we'll close this like that. Pretty cool, right? All right, so there's a couple ways that you can secure this. But first I'm going to bring back this piece that we cut off. The very first thing, we cut off a 1-inch strip, and I'm going to cut it in half. And so I'll have 2 6-inch strips. And these are perfect, not only because you want to just use all your pieces, but this finished box size is 6 by 5 and, let's see, I forgot. 6 by 4 7/8. So obviously, if you didn't want to stamp this, you could cover this with pattern paper. You could, you know, add these to the sides. I'm just going to put a couple on the front here, just to kind of bring out and make it coordinate with what's on the inside. Let's see, do I want 2 of them on there? I think I do. Yes, I absolutely do. But you could put these anywhere on this box because they're perfectly sized. So I'm going to close this with ribbon. So I'm going to take a hole punch, and this is just a 1/8 hole punch. And I'm going to just punch a tiny little hole right here on the edge. And that's going to be where my ribbon goes. All right, so let's put this together. So this very easily fits 8. So I went ahead and I used the same background stamp when I stamped the envelopes. So let's stack those. Put those in there, and then we have our 8 beautiful cards to go in there. Look how cute that is. And then you can put in your 8 stamps. So I just tore off 8 little stamps. It also fits like a book of stamps. So let's just say you wanted to be super generous. You could just fold a little book of stamps to put in there as well. You could also put in a little pen, right? That you can put a little pen to tuck in there. So to close this, I'm going to bring back my best friend, and we're going to wrap some ribbon around. Now this is just one way to close this. There's a bunch of different. I'll show you another way. Of course, you can get the little Velcro tabs. That would be a great way to attach that, and it would stay secure. I'm just going to wrap some of this ribbon around here. Just tie a little ribbon there. I was super generous with that, wasn't I? That's okay. I use every little bit of this ribbon. It is just like so beautiful. I don't throw any of these little pieces away. I put them right back in my ribbon drawer, and you just can tuck these little gingham pieces anywhere, and it looks great. All right, so there's our gift. What do you guys think? Thanks, Narita. Yeah, the ribbon's nice. The only thing about the ribbon is that, you know, it could fall off, but the fact that you've got it kind of tucked into the hole right there, it'll kind of stay on so they can very easily tie it back together. Thank you, Sherry. Who wouldn't want to receive that? I agree. I agree. So I have a couple other samples to show you. Just with like, so here's another piece from the Daffodil Afternoon. Just made another little embellishment like that. And then these were using that Tasteful Textures, just, I don't know if that's the name of it, that piece of designer series paper. So here's another little twist. So instead of stamping your, thanks everybody, I appreciate it. Instead of like putting your greeting onto that strip, if you wanted to add another coordinating color, you could do that. And then where the embellishment goes, you can make that into your greeting space. So there's a lot of different options. So here is another one I made with the new paper that I just started playing with, Artfully Composed. It's got all these beautiful tropical pieces on there. So this is another way you can close it. You can put a punch there and just attach the punch with some dimensionals on the bottom so it stays open, and then you can slide that in there and it'll hold it closed as well. So here is this set. Now look at this crazy, crazy thing I did. I just flipped the pattern and I put it on the other side of the card. Right? So I made some. So this is the one that I thought would be great just to make a bunch of thank you cards like that. Here's a little different. I used the inside of this leaf. I thought, well, that's kind of cute. Could use the inside. So something you can do to change it up for yourself, you can add some stamped background on your card base. I didn't, you know, do really any stamping on the card base for our first set, but that is a possibility of something you can do. So here is an example of another way to step it up. You can add a little accent color along the edge, either edge of the pattern paper. And here again, instead of making this the greeting strip, I just put a contrast color and then popped up the greeting here. So it just kind of utilizes the template in a slightly different way. And then of course the other thing you can do is you can mat these pieces. So you can take a piece of coordinating cardstock and mount your pattern papers on that first. And so it's going to add more color. And then you can also do the same thing with this white piece that has the greeting on it. So take the basic template and then play with it and just add, you know, add some things that you think would look good. I think this one's my favorite. I really like how this little leaf sticks out under there. That was kind of just a happy little accident when I was creating. All right, you guys have a favorite? What do you think? You can picture right now, hopefully, some pattern paper that you have that you are like, oh, I have to cut this up and make this into some cards. So let me just show you one more thing. So you might have a plethora. Hi, Linda. Hi, Barb. Great to have you. Thank you. Faye. Hello, Faye. Hi, Cheryl. You might have 6x6 paper and think, well, how am I going to make that work with 6x6 paper, and it's super easy as well. So I don't have the samples to show you, but I'm going to show you how to just cut this up so that you can think about all the paper that you have. So if you still want to make 8 cards and you have 6 by 6 paper, then you just have to pick out 4 pieces. Okay, so I've got these 4 pieces from this gorgeous Sunshine and Rainbows paper. You can only get this for 3 more days. Now, instead of cutting off an inch from the bottom, you have to cut off a 1/2 inch. And then, because it's 6 by 6, you just cut it in half at 3 inches. And then each of these you cut at 3.5, and then you're left over with 2. And look how adorable these cards are going to be. I'm going to have to post these later. I ran out of time this week. Oh my goodness, look how fun these are. So there's that one and that one. I can't wait to put those together. And then these, you know, are a 1/2 inch, but you can just lay these across the flap of your card holder the same way. Instead of having, you know, 2 1-inch strips, you've got 4 1/2 inch strips. So you can decorate the card holder with those. So if you've got 6 by 6 paper, 12 by 12 paper, doesn't matter. This pattern is going to come together so very easily for you. I hope that you love this. And think about making some of these with your pattern paper. If you're in the Robin's Really Super Stampers group, Facebook group, please post your pictures, and I would love to see them. So there we go. You guys are so awesome for watching and giving me all of those great loves. I appreciate it so, so very much. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and thank you so much. Bye.